Checking in, Monday of week 5. So as you can see on the way in there, last week was not a success. Did not lose any weight last week. I think if anything I put on a pound, and I know exactly why. Work, we had a big lunch. They had a whole bunch of food left over, and per usual, I did not handle myself well with that. When there's free food, I don't know what it is, but I go crazy. Ate way too much, and then a good friend of mine had a birthday this weekend as well. Bunch of food there. Ate a whole lot. So even though my workouts were good, I just ate way too much. So this week, just main focus has to be that diet. At least now I'm essentially moved into my apartment. I've got almost everything unpacked, so no major things to work on anymore. I got all the furniture I need, so can just hopefully have a normal week for once. And yeah, hardest part's just gonna be keeping that food under control, keeping up with my meal prep, and then I just have the hardest freaking time not eating a bunch of unnecessary food before bed. Just being okay, like making myself go to bed hungry. I know I'll have eaten enough because I've done this before, but I feel hungry and then I just freaking binge eat before bed. So that's gonna be the biggest thing for me. But yep, walking the dog and gonna start the week off right with some cardio. I already got all my stuff completely prepped for once, so that means when I get back to the apartment here, I can just stretch and leave and actually get a full cardio session in. So we're gonna be shooting for 40 minutes at least now on the Stairmaster this week. And yeah, no, I think this week should go better. Like I said, life transition is pretty much complete, and getting better at prepping my stuff ahead of time. So, woo. To put a more positive spin on things, one thing that did go well at least this week is my performance is definitely coming back, which that part feels great. As far as lifting, just the volume I can up a bit. I'm not running out of energy as fast. Lifting heavier weights, just feeling better overall on that. And then also on running, this weekend I did something like I think like a 5-mile run, and I was like just over an 8-minute pace. And if you'll remember, when I got back from my last job, I went for a run, did like a little over 3 miles, and was at like a 13-minute pace. So I mean, still relative to where I was, that's a decent pace. Maybe not quite for the distance, but relative to where I was 5 weeks ago, that's literally like 5 minutes a mile faster. And it just felt so good, finally, getting into a good stride, getting that runner's high, being able to run up hills. I could not run up a hill. When I got back to Des Moines, I just literally couldn't. My legs were that weak, didn't have the explosiveness in me. So now when I'm running, I can push through a hill pretty good. So yeah, no, I mean, I didn't lose any weight last week. I really lost control with the food. I'm very susceptible to that, but at least with, all those calories, I use them to, get my performance back up. So not a total loss. I don't want to be totally negative, but yeah, off to the gym. Feeling good, got to stretch in. That's something I always got to keep up with, is getting a good stretch in, hitting that foam roller. Just a little bit of that here and there goes a long way for me. And yep, I'm gonna go hit some cardio. Was struggling to think of some content for this video. Lately just been grinding out, trying to make good decisions for the cut here. And then had the thought pass through my head while I was doing some cardio, hence the headband. The thought was about the sacrifice that really goes into something like doing a weight cut. When I was at my other job, yes, one really big problem I had was, struggling to stay healthy, putting on that weight, not feeling good in general. And I realized that there's, another thing that was really getting to me, working 70 plus hours a week, a lot of drive time, living in the middle of nowhere. And that was, I didn't have time to do the stuff I wanted to do. On top of that, I'm somebody that I got too many goals, lots of ambitions. Hobbies could just send me every which way. I definitely struggle to balance all of that. It bugs me that I'm not really good at not super good at one thing, but I'm pretty decent at a bunch of things. I don't know, but something that happens when you do a weight cut like this is you're gonna have to spend a lot of time on it. Obviously, you gotta make sure your meal prep is on point. That takes time. If you're like me, I prefer to do a lot of cardio to just burn calories. That takes time. If you want to maintain your muscle, you got to lift. And it doesn't leave a lot of time open, even with all my newfound time, working a different job, a lot less hours. I still haven't been able to hit other things that I'd like to as hard. And the time portion isn't even all of that. The energy that it takes to do this is another big factor. I mean, theoretically, if you're in a weight cut, you should be in a caloric deficit. You're not going to be running on all cylinders. Definitely not peak performance. And that's going to, it's going to affect everything you're doing. At work, even outside of work, I haven't had the energy to hit the hobbies as well as time. Weekends come around and I found myself, maybe sleeping a little more. I thought, took a nap today, and I mean, ultimately I don't regret the nap because I am tired. I'm low calorie, I've been hitting it hard, and it's something you have to realize. If you want to have a successful weight cut, make that change with your body, you got to be willing to, make that sacrifice, cut out some of those other things, and just really double down and focus on your fitness. For me, something I just knew in the back of my head, but it didn't really pop out until now, is that all my other hobbies and stuff, if I'm feeling healthier, I have more energy, I'm more capable, it's actually going to be easier to go and chase all those other goals. So right now, I'm struggling. I'm trying to make this little YouTube series. I got a bunch of other footage that I've been sitting on, some stuff for 2 years, and I just haven't gotten around to editing. I'm just tired. I'm already, even with all this, I still end up staying up late, getting up early to do cardio. And what I know, and it hasn't bugged me too much, because I know if I meet that body weight goal, I'm going to be feeling good, more energy, and all that just goes so far with, anything you're doing. If you got a good mindset and you're feeling good, you're going to perform better. You're going to want to keep working on things more because you have more energy, because it feels good. And yeah, so that's just what's going through my head. Something to think about. It can be daunting, thinking about, wow, I'm trying to lose 30 pounds, all the stuff that goes into it. You know, there's going to be a lot of things. You're going to have to skip going out with friends or skip out on going out to eat, getting pizza. Say you still need to get your cardio in for the day, but somebody wants to go do this. There's going to be that sacrifice, but you're going to feel so much better in the end. It's going to pay off in the long run, you know, upping that energy, just feeling good. So if you're going to go into some sort of weight cut, or you're still in one and you're feeling kind of down about, you know, cutting out those fun things, and maybe you're like me and you just have this newfound time, it will be worth it. Just stay strong, keep your head down a little bit longer, and then when you can bring it back up, you're going to be feeling better than ever and looking better than ever.